Ladies and gentlemen, we have my dog, Sam Kwan. He's an absolutely phenomenal fitness coach who grew his audience from literally nothing all the way to 27,000 followers. Absolutely blew up his business and did so with purely entertainment-based fitness content. A lot of coaches out there think that they need to do all of this educational content in order to get high-quality clients. Sam does pull-up bar challenges on the beaches in Singapore, sells his programs for $3.5K, and I really want to spend some time break down exactly how he did it, what his journey was like, and just make sure you guys all understand it's absolutely possible for you as well if you have the right guidance and the right system. So, big dog, Sam Ski, give us a rundown, dog. So, what did things look like for you before we started working together? Where were you at in your fitness coaching business? How many followers did you have? What was the day-to-day looking like?
So yeah, I started with Corbin more than 2 years ago. I really only had 4,000 followers. Day-to-day, I was just, working on the gym floor. I was pretty busy. And I didn't really have much time for myself, especially because I was competing as a national powerlifter. So yeah, Kopsky over here was the one who taught me how to create viral content. As a lot of you guys may know, in Southeast Asia, I'm one of the guys who does a lot of challenges where I challenge people at the beach to pull up challenges, and that's really my niche. So yeah, ever since then, those pull-up challenges, even though it's not educational content, it took me from 4,000 to about 27,000 followers, amassed me a lot of recognition in Singapore, and it made me a shit ton of money. And in my best month, we did 25K USD.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
25K USD from purely entertainment-based content. The thing that I really want to highlight is, what was that deciding factor for you to actually start working together, right? You could have very easily just continued to do things on your own, chase your tail, run around in circles, but what actually was that final straw?
So what really made me decide to work with Corbin was just the fact that my guy doesn't actually look like he works out, right? And so you might be wondering why is this guy actually helping jacked guys make money? What does he know about being jacked? What does he know about, helping other people make money? Because he doesn't actually live that kind of lifestyle, right? As a jacked guy. But the thing is, I felt like he was even more credible because despite that kind of physical presence where he's a little bit skinny, I'm not gonna lie, my guy is the archetype that we are trying to serve. He's the client that we're trying to serve. So he really understands what kind of message we need to deliver, what kind of content we need to put out, right? And so that makes him even more qualified. On top of that, he really convinced me very early on when I had a lot of different limiting beliefs, a lot of different objections going on in my head about I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't actually do online coaching. You can only do in-person personal training. But yeah, he really took me out of that mindset by just breaking it down and just showing me that it's actually not that hard, and there's a lot more money to be made out there on the internet. Yeah.
So when we started working together on the growth side of things, you obviously grew quite a bit. And then it was coming around time to how to actually make money from these followers, how to turn the followers into dollars, right? We don't just want to be fitness influencers and have all the fame and be broke as fuck. We want to actually make money from it. What was kind of the pivotal systems for you that we implemented that changed the game for you, where you were able to sell expensive fitness coaching, 2K programs, 3K programs, 3.5K programs as of recently, to just regular people? They're not all millionaires, not business owners. What were the key systems that actually helped you start to make some serious money?
I mean, if you're talking systems, my guy Corbin has hella systems. I don't even know where to start, right? We've got the VA system, right? The virtual assistant system to take you out of the DMs. There's a content system, right? All the way from YouTube to, long form, short form systems, right? And then I think my favorite thing that I actually learned, one of the first skills I learned being in this program was actually to learn how to sell, right? You might have all the best systems, you might have great content, great marketing and all that, but really if you hop on that sales call and you don't know how to sell, you're not really going to make any money. So the few things that really helped out at the start was going to have to be having a VA, right? Learning how to do appointment setting, as well as really learning how to sell, to be convincing on a call, right? Those were the few things that helped initially.
Obviously, during our time working together, you've worked with other coaches as well, trying to see what else is out there on the market, what strategies are they using, what can you take. From your experience, what did you actually get working with other coaches compared to working with me? Did you get results there? Where did it end up leaving you?
I'll tell you where it actually left me, right? $10,000 down the drain, right? So I've actually worked with numerous coaches before Corbin, and recently, I fell into the same trap that a lot of you guys fall into, which is the shiny object syndrome, right? You think that there's more out there. In order for you to make more money, you've got to do new things that you haven't explored before. But that really couldn't be further from the truth. After investing in another coach who's quite well known and also quite expensive, I didn't really get that much out of the program. And it wasn't even that, theoretically what he's saying doesn't work, but more so that there was lacking a sense of like actionable steps, right? Things that you could really implement right after a call. It was almost always just like theoretical in nature, right? As I like to say, simple in theory, punitive in practice. He could tell you all about it, but then when it came to doing it, there was a lack of support, and there was also a lack of just a roadmap of what were the things I needed to get done in order to actually elevate. So if you were to ask me, like I say, it didn't take me far at all, and I think it was a very expensive lesson I had to learn. Because one thing that Corbin always teaches me, he regurgitates time and time again, is before you try something new, go for more, and then you go better, and then you go new. So do more of what you're actually doing right now if it's working before you attempt to improve it, right? Tweaking things to optimize it. And only then, when you've actually maxed out that whole better section, then you start looking at new things to implement, right? And I skipped straight to new, which is why that was a very expensive lesson.
So now, us wrapping up our Thailand mastermind, obviously we're breaking down brand new systems, things like retargeting, our full ads ecosystem, our YouTube ecosystem, literally everything under the sun. You've seen the extent to which systems can really go in order to get you to 50, 100K a month plus, right? Now, the simple systems that were used in the past, the VAs, things like that, still were able to get you to 25K USD cash collected with basic entertainment content. Where do you believe now you can take your business as a result of the brand new systems that we're rolling out into 2026?
I mean, if you guys are familiar with, being in the fitness coaching industry, almost everyone has something called VSL, right? Video sales letter. I did not have a VSL. I didn't even watch most of his recently released modules. I was using all the strategies from like way back last year, and I still made a record month just from doing the most basic, simple things, just like appointment setting, having a decent amount of resources, and just being good at sales. That's all it took to make 25K. So now that you're telling me we have not just an improved appointment setting system, right? We're about to learn sales in a bit, but now we know all about YouTube, right? We know all about ads, retargeting ads. I easily say, man, like within the next couple months, I want to hit 50K.
Hell yeah.
And like, I genuinely believe, like, if everything goes well, I put all my heart and soul into my business, no distractions, I really try my best. I think within a year, we could really encroach, get close to 100K. I don't think that's like out of the question for sure, bro.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
What would your advice be for other online fitness coaches who are struggling right now? They're chasing their tail, they're doing around 5, 10K a month, but it's all on them. There's no systems, and even if they are using systems, it's simple, nothing's scalable, and it's not consistent. What would you tell those online coaches who want to get ahead? What advice would you have for them?
So I'm gonna be blunt with you guys, right? I'm not gonna answer this as in what would you have to do in order if you want to break past 5 to 10K, right? I'll tell you what you would have to do if you want to stay broke, all right? If you want to stay broke, if you want to, get up at 6 a.m. in the morning, travel down to the gym, look at your schedule and like, shit, I've got like 8 clients back to back. I'm gonna have lunch at 8 p.m. because I'm so busy. I don't have time to even work out even though I'm a personal trainer. You feel like ass, right? You're always wondering when your next client's gonna come in. If you want to be attached to a gym and get like 30% commission, then don't join this program. Yeah, just don't join this program. Don't join Corbin if you want to feel lost, if you don't want to have direction. If you want to just cruise in life and be satisfied, just be a hippie, right? Like, just be cool with everything in life, then don't join this program because it's not meant for you. If you don't want to learn new skills, new systems that are very simple to implement, then don't join this program. Don't join Corbin's program. But if that's not you, right, and if you're the complete opposite of everything I've just said and even more, then you would want to consider joining this program because that's exactly what me and I think 6 other guys living in this beautiful villa over the past couple of days have decided to do. And I can guarantee you this was the best decision that I've ever made in the past couple of years, besides meeting my beautiful girlfriend. But yeah.
Beautiful.